So today with us we have two panelists, Nitya Narasimhan and Triza Jasmine. So hi guys,
Hi.
Hi.
how are you all doing in this lockdown?
Good,
Great.
good.
Yeah, the network issues. So the debate is about the memes, yeah, and the news apps. So which of the thing does social media or does news app give you more information, like the factual information? So today's debate will be on that topic, and Jasmine will be having the topic. Will speak for the topic memes that they give us factual knowledge or factual news, while Nitya will be for the topic news app give us more information about things happening. So yeah, we start the discussion now. Whoever wants to put the first point can.
Okay, so I'll start. So I'm not a huge fan of watching news on TV or downloading an app and then going through the news, because most of the times it so happened that when I get a notification and I open it and I start reading it, it would be a trivial matter, but for the rating things and all, they give very catchy headings and stuff. And by the time you reach the end, the news is just nothing. It's all bullshit. It's all twisted and they just do it for their rating shit. But then when it comes to the memes, they are to the point. It's just few sentences and you get a picture and you get full details on what's going on. Because usually a meme page will be handled by a single person or maybe a 3 or 4 people together. So they are responsible because they get lashed in the comments a lot if they go for a fake news or something. But the news people, they have become so shameless that no matter what is happening, they're not bothered. They'll do whatever they want to do. So most of the time, if a fake news is uploaded in a meme page, they next day they come with an apology that this was a fake thing, this happened so and so. So we are responsible for that. There's somebody who's taking a responsibility for something going fake there. But news channels, we all know recently a famous celebrity died in an unfortunate manner, and so many fake news was going around saying that he was he was a narcissist, he was depressed, he was psychotic, so many bullshits was going on. And this memes and social media actually worked a lot in putting so many facts to the people, because that's how we came to know that how strong the nepotism was, which was never reported by any news channels as far as I remember. So I think memes and social media is it is my personal opinion, because since I'm not a huge fan of news and sitting in front of the TV and watching a 30 minutes news or going through an app and reading the day-to-day news, memes and social media have influenced me a lot to know current affairs. Not just current affairs, they come up with these things. On this day 10 years back this happened, on this day 20 years back this happened. So a lot more has come to my life because of, my knowledge, because of this memes and social media.
So you mean to say that memes give all kind of knowledge, just not news, but all, and even if they are fake, they mostly come in front and apologize. And Nitya,
Yeah, they do it.
what is your point on this?
It's not just current affairs, they bring everything. Like something happens wrong in America, they bring a funny meme and they make us aware that this is happening there. So it's more interesting, and you tend to remember it because it has brought a smile on your face, so you tend to remember it more longer than what news people are telling so formally in the news channels.
So like you said, Jasmine, that memes often are only 2-3 line crisp knowledge about certain things. So a lot of times we do not get the entire picture of what is happening. For example, a few days back, there was this big controversial issue known as the boys' locker room, and there was a lot of uproar, and everyone was saying that such groups should be banned and they should be the boy should be punished. And later on it came out that it was a girl who actually made a fake account. So a lot of times people react on memes even before the entire knowledge is out, and even before the police verifies on the facts and tells us what is right. Even with the famous celebrity, there are a lot of controversies as to how that incident happened. And um Karan Johar has left a lot of film circles, the Mami, and so I think people are very quick to react to memes even before knowing what happens even before going to news websites, which give you a little more detailed information on what happens and a little broader picture on how a certain thing happened and what we can expect in the future, which is not possible to cover in 2-3 lines in a meme.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
So similarly, you told me it's very quick to react. So this thing is a boon when something fake comes in a news channel. For instance, you all remember this elephant issue that happened in Kerala, right? So it
Yeah.
happened. Lot of fake news was going around, even in the prestigious news channel. They misplaced the district. I mean, they told some other district, and then it went for a communal riot, and then people started reacting, and the political party started reacting very badly, and suddenly every Keralite or every Malayali became a person. Every Malayali became a psycho person who's killing around in, animals every day. So this thing, actually this thing was justified a lot by the memers, because so many people came up and they were like, no, it's not, this is not what's happening, this is wrong, and the channel people are doing it for TRP ratings. And even when the political parties were lashing so badly, meme pages from different parts of India, not just southern memers, even the north people, they also came up and they created memes, even though they were just few words. It was so strong and it was so powerful, because we tend to open the comment section when we see a meme, because you get a broader picture in the comment section. You see people talking and then they giving counter comments and all that things. So when the comment section was opened, so many comments were there where people were like, okay, fine, this is what was happening, and this how news can be manipulated for TRP rating. So I think when these things happen, like one more thing, the Tuticorin custody murder that's currently which is happening. So
Yeah.
it's never the news channel that takes an initiative to bring these matters. It's always YouTubers, Instagrammers, memers, and they come to the light, and they news channels are always, they tend to work for a particular community or a particular people who pay them. So they don't consider these matters to be an important thing, because custody murder won't be as interesting as a movie talk or something like that.
Yeah.
They always go for news that gives more interest to the viewers than the news which is more relevant to the viewers. So the present problem that is going on a lot in social media is this hashtag the Tuticorin custody murder. So this is brought to light is basically because it's there on social media, and people are getting more knowledge because the Instagrammers have come up with IGTV videos where they're explaining what exactly happened, which is now told in a news channel. So I think social media, it gives a courage, even if the individual person is handling it, it gives them more power and courage, because they know there are supporters always. So they don't think about like what is going to happen, like, because we all have the right to speech and all that stuff. So they think they do what is right and what is good, right to their conscience. So they come up and they give more details, because they're responsible for their account, right? Because you tell something fake, then people are gonna seriously, they'll in the comment section they're gonna lash you out for that. So I think, yeah, social media is doing a great job, because many youngsters are coming in front line and they're protesting and they're giving their opinions, which is not happening 10 years back. So each person is taking the responsibility to stand against what's happening in our country right now.
So now, according to whatever we've spoken, Nitya, who do you think exaggerate the most? Is it meme pages, or is it like, okay, if you're being in your own four things, so yeah, you'll be saying for the four things. So do you think the news channel exaggerate your news, or what is it? Or does the meme pages exaggerate, giving relevance?
Frankly speaking, yes, I agree that to some extent, news pages, news apps do exaggerate news. But again, uh, it, I mean, there are times when you have to know what to follow. For example, there's a magazine called the Caravan magazine, and it itself called out the media exaggeration and the bias when it said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi had told major media houses to report only positive events about coronavirus, and that's why we did not see much of negative reporting by media houses. So yes, I do agree that in today's age media houses do exaggerate, but there are also honest and unbiased objective media houses that works hard to bring in the truth or objectivity in what they are reporting. So yes, there are pros and cons to everything.
Yes, also Jasmine, taking exaggeration only, the Sushant Singh Rajput's death was really exaggerated in social media. Like they almost brought up the Bollywood thing into it. Like I think so more than news channels, this meme things are showing it. So how do you feel? Is all the news relevant or are some fake or like have you seen anybody from the social media apologizing till now? This is not the right thing what we did or something, giving relevance to things.
See, it depends. Some pages they do, because when they have a very huge fan, I mean very huge followers going on, they take the responsibility. But some pages they don't, because they're doing it. Some do it with the, it all depends on your intention with what you're doing it. Some do it for the sake of doing, and some do it because they actually want to raise their opinions against it. So some pages I have seen, some pages apologizing for some wrong news they've given, and some don't. This in memes it's very less, but when YouTubers and Instagrammers post a video and then they come to know something is wrong, when they post the next video, they begin the video by saying that, okay, this thing which I was told in the previous video was wrong, so I apologize. uh, they make sure that they give proper information to the people.
Anything you would like to add, Nitya, to this, like giving against point for it?
I think it when a new YouTuber or an Instagrammer posts a fake news, they often apologize because they scared that their followers decrease. But there is no one to hold them to authority. I mean, people won't say send them to jail, but news apps have this kind of sanctioned kind of authority that they are truth bearers. I am talking about media houses that are not biased. They have this principle that they have to be right. They have to report the truth. So a lot of authenticity can be expected out of news apps, which I don't think Instagram or YouTubers are as much accountable as news apps are.
I do agree with that point, but then this too happens that sometimes news channels is screwed because they bring up the authentic news system because it is not working uh, according to what the present political parties or
Yeah.
anything for that matter. It's not according to their favor. So this I'm basically a Keralite. So there was one channel here called Media One, which was banned. The all the activities of the channel was banned for 2 days because they made a debate show and it all went wrong. And then they got the thing from the party that you are supposed to stop it for 2 days. So it does happen, when you are towards the truth, a lot things go wrong because there are people opposing it, there are people in power who are trying to put you down. So most of the time when media houses, it's like so many people are working there, you have to give salary for so many people, so they tend to be biased because it's not just one man show or something. But when it comes to YouTubers and memers, like, what to do? These people are not bothered. You can't sue them because they're putting a video on current issue, right? So it's like right to speech. So that's a plus point because they're not responsible actually. So if people don't come and they can't ban them from that. Some cases it happens, their accounts will be removed, but most of the case it doesn't happen.
Okay, so now going a little bit off topic. Okay, they wanted to say something. Yeah.
No, it's okay. So I was saying that yes, there are Instagrammers and YouTubers are more free to express their opinions. There are a lot of news channels which do, because of their sponsorship and their clientele, go lean towards the right or lean towards the current scenario or the environment that presently in in power, or where they get their money from. But again, there are also news channels that have very different sponsors from what they have now. So they again try to, as far as possible, report what is going on in today's age. And there are also a lot of news apps that are only online, like scroll.in or the Wire, which are comparatively independent of certain sponsors, and they people are usually more uh, think that they are more authentic than other mainstream newspapers, which in today's age have lost a lot of credibility.
Okay. So I've been tricking you in some questions, like making you speak against your own topic, but I like the way you all, gave it up. कि नहीं हम हमारे लिए ही बोलेंगे. That was really nice. So in conclusion, I would like to conclude it because we have got really awesome points. So in conclusion, maybe all could discuss a little more. I know nothing is best or nothing is perfect. So maybe we could all come into a one, come as a one whole, thing.
Okay, so here I would like to come in here and say that all my professional opinions aside, I feel that social media is doing a very good thing, because things like Jayaraj and Phoenix that you were talking about would never have come outside Tamil Nadu if it wasn't for Instagram and Suchita, the person who video went viral. I don't think even I would have seen it, or I don't think there was be so great protest in Tamil Nadu if it wasn't for her. Yes, I feel that social media has stepped up its game as far as coverage of news is concerned. At the same time, but we cannot also completely ignore news apps and say, oh, I'm going to only rely on social media, because even after I heard of Suchita on Instagram, I googled what Jairaj and Phoenix, who they are, and then I found out through news apps and certain other sources on what the situation is. So I think both are very important, and we cannot ignore one aspect completely.
Any opinion? Last concluding, Teresa.
I think I also go with the point, because there is pros and cons in both things, because uh, social media also tend to go overboard when they're doing it, because it's always personal attention in social media, and when it comes to news channel, it's a news channel and its name that is getting your attention. So sometimes people tend to overdo in both platforms. But when you have both things, you have options. When one is wrong, other one will be right, and when here something goes wrong, the other thing is going to give you proper information about what's going on. So same thing I would say, if it was not for social media, the George Floyd issue, it wouldn't have reached, it wouldn't have got this attention, and everything. Yeah, even we tested, we raised a voice in one or the other way. Okay, we just put a status or something, but still we also got to know what is happening in the world. So yeah, it's very fast, it's very quick through social media, because we're all connected in this. I think, yeah, both traditional method is also, it's never going to be out of fashion, because yeah, we one or the other way we're going to depend on it, depend on news channels and all these apps for a detailed and a more what to say, broader picture. And when it comes to social media, that's always, we are scrolling through it, we'll get to know, and then we again, as you said, we'll Google and find out what exactly happened. So but when the trivial information about the matter, that is always through social media we are getting, because there's so much into the social media platforms. So then we go and Google, and then we collect all the informations. Okay, this is what is happening. So I think both should go hand in hand. That's how it should be working.
Yeah, so conclusion, the opinion would be just like everything is not perfect, everything is just, on its own. Sometimes it's exaggeration, sometimes it's relevant, sometimes it's fake, but then we have a hope that, we will get the right news at the end of the day, knowing whatever is happening, finally we'll get the news. So yeah, memes apart and news apps, channels, papers, one side, everybody has their own, opinion, their own, whatever likings if they want to see. Depends on particular. Yeah, that was a really nice debate. I really loved your points. You all had really harsh points on each other. You were like, and it was very nice. Thank you so much. for this. See you again, maybe some in another
Thank you.
debate with another
Yeah.
people. Thank you,
Thank you, Monica,
yeah.
for
Thank you,
giving me this
Jasmine.
opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.